And I'm Joe.
And we are back with part 2 with Jenna and Joey talking about their Dancing with the Stars experience after the big win. So we finished off last episode talking about just the... Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Serena.
And I'm Joe.
And we are back with part 2 with Jenna and Joey talking about their Dancing with the Stars experience after the big win. So we finished off last episode talking about just the difference in abilities. And can you guys just give us an idea of what it's like with scoring? Because obviously week 1, Joey, where you're going to be ability-wise is so different than where someone like Chandler is going to be. How is it not like a 2 and a 10, you know?
It's hard with scoring, again, because I think for the first little bit, they tried to just score based off of the own individual. But then once it starts getting down to the later episodes, you start comparing, right? So for scoring for me, from the very beginning, I told Joey, I don't care about the scores. Like, we should not focus on those. Yes, we should listen to what the judges are saying and their critiques. But for me, those numbers don't matter. As long as we're happy with how we did, we're continuing to improve and doing our very best. Like, the number that they show isn't going to make or break if I'm fulfilled with our performance or not. So it is hard, though, because when you have, like, we had a couple of times where we were like, that was our best dance yet. And we got scores that we didn't think that matched that or how we felt at the end of it. So that's, I try to keep it as like, scores are what they're going to be. Let's just control what we can control.
It's definitely in the beginning. It's a lot easier to do that because especially if you feel like you are in the competition and doing well, which we kind of did the entire time. I feel like we were in the top 4 almost the entire time on the show, which was great for scoring. But we didn't really let scores maybe affect what we were thinking until maybe like week 6 or week 7. And then it just started to be comparative. You started to look at everyone else and you're like, oh, wait, like our scores do matter now. We want to stay in this competition. And it's hard. It's definitely a game, but she was always great at, with all of it, just taking out all the distractions and focusing on what we can control because we actually cannot control any of that. We can just leave that dance and know that we felt good about it. And we did almost every single time. So that was really all we kind of held on to each week.
What was the week or what was the dance where you were like, okay, we have a shot at going to the finals? Was there a moment where you're like, okay, yeah, we're part of the competition here?
Yeah. I mean, I think each week he kind of held his own and made a splash or an impact in the competition. But I would say maybe, I don't know how you feel, but I would say Tango.
I was going to say Tango
was the moment. I think it was week 4, show 4. But it was when Derek told him that it was the best tango that he'd seen a male celebrity do on the show. And I knew that like his frame and everything was really, really great. But you get a little desensitized when you're in the room with somebody for hours on end.
And that tango was an issue for a bit.
It was hard to get to where it got. But I think that was the time I was like, oh, maybe we could actually do this and take this. So that really, I feel like, motivated both of us to like push and just give our very best every week.
We put so much energy into that tango too because it was my first dance in frame. It was not easy I think that was the first time. You obviously have the whole week, Joe, you know how it is, but that was the first time where we didn't get a dance like feeling good until maybe the end of the day on Saturday. And for anyone that doesn't know the schedule of the show, you only have like a day and a half after Saturday to really get ready for the actual live show. So that was the latest we felt good about a dance. But at the end of the day, Saturday, we were like, oh, it's coming together. And then Sunday, we were like, wait, this might be our best dance yet. And then that was a game-changing night because that was the first time we passed Chandler and we're top of the leaderboard by ourselves. And we finished out the show. We were the last performance. And to hear Derek's comments and to see like the scores actually show the amount of effort we put in, that was where I think we both were like, we might have a chance if we keep working as hard as we did because we worked really hard on that tango.
Yes,
that one was
Is there like an ideal spot, like when you're finding out if you're first or last, like where you're performing? Is there kind of a zone you're hoping for?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I hated it when we were first.
okay.
I thought it was so hard to mentally get ready to do well in the dance because you went straight from the bumper of introducing the live show, standing up there with everyone, and then boom, lights hit and you have 2 minutes to get ready to dance. And usually if you have a later dance, for me, it felt so nice that we had the ability to warm up a little bit before, get your mind right, talk through it, maybe do a couple of the steps. You didn't get like thrusted into it. And then also I felt like last was horrible because you waited the entire day. When we were last for the tango, there were still 12 couples.
Yeah, you're like waiting 2 hours to go.
Oh, it was horrible.
You're just like iced out. You've seen how everyone's done. I feel like you see the scores. You start to like put pressure on yourself. So we always found our sweet spot was like in the middle, like 6 or 7 or halfway through the show we felt great about. Yeah, starting off is hard, and then finishing. It's epic because it's like an honor to go last. And there's like conspiracy theories that if you're going last, you have a really good dance.
Oh, really?
I feel like it's a lot of pressure. And then on the flip side too, for like voting, are they voting for you without seeing your dance? So is it better to go earlier on? Like there's so many things go into it, but I feel like we always did best when we were like 6 or 7.
Yeah, especially when there's less couples. Like I loved when we were like 3rd, I think was our favorite spot because you didn't have to wait, but you didn't have to go right away, and that was the sweet spot, I feel like, for us.
Yeah, I guess you're like, once the show starts, your adrenaline is going. So you're just waiting and like getting probably more and more like
sweating the whole time.
Out.
You're sweating the whole time. I always went.
And you're like,
they
I
always had me. I was
I'm
always
like warming up for 2 hours.
I was always near the end.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they had me sit there waiting the whole time, and then I'd be watching
they
people.
Just hated you.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't, and it would be like they'd have me go before like Milo Manheim, who was literally doing somersaults and like 360 flips, and I'd be like, well, okay, can't do that. My signature move was literally like this,
just raising your arm in the air. Wow.
I'll be on the show. I watched at least 5 of your dances, and I loved every second of it.
Honestly, the judges were mean to me. I wasn't as bad as they let on. Jen was on the season. What is the deal with her and Sasha? Are they dating?
I don't know.
No one knows?
No one knows.
I don't think that they've admitted either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't miss like a hard launch or anything?
No, I mean, they just went to Taylor Swift. That looks pretty
They
cool.
went to Taylor Swift together.
I'm happy.
Feel like...
Listen, they both look really, really happy, and I'm so here for it if it's a thing.
Yeah, we can't speculate. We know as much as everyone else does, but we'll see. I feel like news may be coming soon, but I don't know.
Oh. I feel like you kind of are speculating, but how was it with her though, Joey? Did you guys like talk? Were you able to like kind of like how's your experience going?
Yeah, I think that from the beginning, I just tried to be supportive of Jen. I think everyone knew coming off of the season, she was going through a lot. I think, as you said, a lot of, Serena said earlier, like a lot of people that have done the show sometimes have went on to it immediately after that experience. And it's a great way to put their time and energy towards something that is going to give back to them and maybe even be a distraction. So I tried as much as I could just to kind of help make it a fun experience for her whenever I did see and ask how things were going and give her confidence. Cause I think that was just the whole vibe of this cast this season. Everyone was rooting for each other and kind of just trying to have everyone make it a fun experience that we all got to have together.
But it was fun. We did a group dance and we were on the same team as them. So that was fun. You guys like even danced together. And I was like, oh, that's fun. Little Easter egg for all
Easter egg
for Bachelor.
And they threw up an old picture of us in the middle of that package out of nowhere, which was crazy. But no.
Did they from your season?
We were getting ready for the dance.
No?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, that is an old photo. And
Kelsey's like, F you guys.
Well, you do these packages come up sometimes right in the middle of the live show, and that's the first time you get to see it. And we never pay attention to the packages, but I couldn't miss that one because the whole crowd made a noise, and I looked up and it was a picture of us too. I was like, whoa, okay, that was a choice. Someone made a decision for that one. But
like, remember this?
Oh
so
man!
funny.
But I think the whole vibe this season was just everyone was supporting each other, and I think Jen had as great of experience as she could. I think she was just really grateful because it was such a last minute thing, and they did great. They put out some really great dances through the whole show.
This podcast is brought to you by Kim Crawford Wines. As the holiday season brings of pineapple and stone fruit, amazing moments, and adds a to learn more and find Kim.
Elevated nighttime weather. I need something cozy to go ice skating in, or we have some sort of nighttime
desserts like Tres Leches cake and snickerdoodle. So there's always something delicious that everyone will love. Whether you're picking up a mini cookie for a Crumble's amazing desserts turn.
I was also still having the competition until like week 7 or 8. And then by that time, you're
on the show. Did you get an experienced dessert like perfect for family gatherings, or simply talented bakers whip up delectable treats right before your eyes, adding an extra layer of excitement to your visit? And with the convenient options for delivery and pickup available, enjoying Crumble has never been easier. Perfect for family gatherings or simply treating yourself, Crumble's amazing desserts turn every moment into a delightful celebration. Visit your nearest Crumble today. Explore the delicious options on the Crumble app and experience dessert like never before. How did you guys get along couple-wise? You know, for our listeners, Jenna is married to Val, who's another professional dancer on the show. Did you guys do like double dates and all that fun stuff?
Again, in the beginning, it's a little hard because Val was also still having the competition until like week 7 or 8. And then by that time, you're like in quarterfinals and we were so busy and rehearsing and interviews and things. But yeah, it was fun. Joe, remember when we did the Halloween package where we went to the haunted hayride? We actually did the same thing, which was
that place is fun, actually. That place is fun.
It was way fun. So we got to do that. And we had them over for dinner right before the season started. That was really nice. And Kelsey got to meet Rome and kind of get to know Val. But yeah, it was awesome.
Joey, did Val give you any he would give me pointers. Did he give you any pointers?
Oh, I don't do well and win this competition without Val 100%. As much as Jenna was the real person that was kind of driving everything, to have Val as someone else that can come and give little points and explain what it should look like for the guy. I know they worked together so much through this. So yeah, if he was crucial through all of this and was kind of our biggest supporter towards the end when, like she said, he was no longer in the competition.
What does a week look like for you guys when you're filming? Like a snapshot of like a Monday to a Sunday?
Yeah. Towards the end, it was a lot different than the beginning. You had a lot of time in the beginning, especially like during training. We only had like 4-hour days. And I mean, technically that was the case.
Oh, really? That's all you guys were doing? You guys only do 4-hour days now?
Yeah, I think they changed it up. I don't know what it was like with yours, but the training wasn't like super crazy.
Maybe that was just you, Joe.
Maybe the extra time. No, it wasn't super crazy in the beginning. And then I felt like right around, I don't know, was it week 6 Disney with Samba was when it just kind of it kicked up.
But basically we have our live shows Tuesday. And then, so your dance is the best it's going to be. You're on set all day on a show day from like 6:30, 7 a.m. until the show ends. You have press after. So you're not leaving there until like 8:30 p.m. And then you go the next day on Wednesday and you start all over again. So you're up early. We have a heart-to-heart, which is like an hour-and-a-half little interview between the two of us, like a package shoot. And then you start over on your dance. It's like a 4 to 6 hour rehearsal. Joey has a master interview, and then we have rehearsal Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday's camera blocking, which is the first time that you do it on stage with the cameras and the lighting. You also have fittings throughout your week. It's pretty nuts. And I think
all the little stuff that's crazy.
Yeah, like the little things that you don't think of. We're also doing like press days or media days, throughout the season. I'm also a mom, so trying to navigate that is really hard. But
yeah, so actually let's talk about that for a minute. So you're a mom. Rome is how old?
He's about to be 2.
Okay, so this technically did you take a year off?
I did when I was pregnant. I did last season, but I got eliminated fairly early on. So this was my first time experiencing the full season as a mom. And I mean, Joey can attest to this. It was hard on me. Just because of the time commitment And again, we danced the whole time. We would work really, really hard. And then I'm waking up with my baby at 6:37 a.m. every day. And then I go home and I'm on. He doesn't care that I've had a full day of rehearsals. He wants mommy time. He wants me to feed him. He wants me to do bath time, put him to bed. So, and then too, like towards the end, once it's like 3.5 months in, I started really not feeling guilty, but I was just missing my son. And I could tell that he was really emotional without me. He started to want only Val to put him to bed. And that broke.
He was like punishing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, really hard. But also winning the mirror ball, it just like made it so fulfilling for my mom self as well. I was trying to go back and look, but I don't think a mom has ever won.
Wow.
So I felt like really proud to do this for like moms and not giving up on your dreams and knowing that like it is tough and it's going to be a lot of effort and work, but it's so rewarding. Like this win, this whole season, this was so it was just everything that I needed and more, and like really proved to me that like I can still achieve my dreams and still push, but it's just going to take a lot of effort and work.
Yeah. People ask us all the time, like, what is it like being in a relationship and working together? And Joe's answer is always like, well, we only work together for like 3 hours a week. And if we can't handle that, we probably shouldn't be married. But you're constantly every season working together separately, but together and competing against your husband. What is that dynamic like?
It's awesome. Because again, during the season, the hours are so long and crazy. The fact that on a camera blocking day, I get to have my husband on set where I'm going to be gone for hours and he's going to be able to like peek in and see how our dance is looking, give me little tidbits, whatever. Or even on like just regular rehearsal days, if he's at the studio as well, I can go into his rehearsal, see how his dance looks, vice versa. So again, it's tough because we're so consumed in this bubble for like 3.5 months. But the fact that we have the understanding of what one another's going through, he's an expert. He's a genius at what he does. So the fact that I get his advice, his expertise, it's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Joey, so you're the Bachelor. You do really well on that. Everyone loves you. You're engaged. So you technically win that show. You go on Dancing with the Stars. You win the Mirror Ball. Congratulations. What's the plan now?
Yeah,
because you kind of go into
coming back here, and now you're in LA.
Yeah, and you also, I feel like you go into most of these experiences like whatever happens, and it just so happens that like the best outcome kind of always happens for you. So, like, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Probably. I feel like that'd be the
that
next.
sounds about right. Yeah,
that'd be ideal.
It's natural progression. No, it's kind of nice to have a lot of unknown right now. I'm very excited about it because as much as there was a little break in between Bachelor and Dancing with the Stars, it also feel like it flew by, and Kelsey and I were so busy and really just trying to figure out what we want to do next. But my goals are different right now. I've got personal goals that are more important to me than my actual like goals I'm having for what I want to do with work and a job, because I really want to put a lot of energy and effort into my relationship with Kelsey, focus on us getting settled here in LA and starting our life here. We're so excited to be moving into an apartment and getting that to feel like a home. So we have our first home base that's really ours together. So that, and putting as much energy and effort into us planning what our future is going to look like and figuring out what we want to do together. That's the personal side that I'm putting all my energy and effort into. And then professional side, I'm really open right now. I'm excited to be in LA because I think there is a lot of opportunity. I had a lot of people on Dancing from the producing side come up to me and said that they think I need to be doing more and try to find something in TV. So I'm getting connected with the right people to look and see where there could be opportunities with that. But also in this industry and that's so hard to plan and figure out what exactly it's going to be. I think what's really important is being open and getting connected with the right people and just trying my best to, try to strive to do something that could be cool and different. But I've had a good stint on TV these last 2 years. I think I need a little break from reality TV. That was probably the first step, is to not do another reality TV show right away. But we'll see what comes next. I'm definitely open and I'm definitely excited.
What part of LA are you guys living?
We kind of got a spot right smack dab in the middle of Hollywood. I thought we were in West Hollywood. Hollywood. Someone called me a liar. When I said we
Don't
were in
dish
West
their
Hollywood.
neighborhood. They just moved there and signed a
Hey,
lease.
man.
He's like, get out
We're
right
in a nice
now.
spot. We're in a
No,
nice spot.
there's parts of Hollywood that are nice.
Yeah, so we're like right on the outside of West Hollywood. We're not like on Hollywood Boulevard or anything.
No.
We've got a nice little area that feels like an actual neighborhood. We picked it because Kelsey was like, "Oh, I can actually like walk outside and walk the block and grab a nice cup of coffee
That
somewhere."
is nice.
And it feels like you're not really in LA where we're at, which is great. But then obviously you drive a block and then you're in LA full force. So it's good. But yeah, we're excited. Just trying to start our life here for a little bit.
No, California, LA is awesome. I love it. I mean, the weather, we're going in a few days. This podcast is brought to you by Kim Crawford. Crisp and refresh almond on the finish at any occasion. Visit KimCrawfordWines.com to learn more.
To elevated nighttime looks, which I feel like is cozy to go ice skating in, or we have some sort of
Array of desserts like Tres Leches cake and Snickerdoodle. So there's all 2017, two cousins embarked on a flavorful
make a night of it and shop Abercrombie's newest
party pack of desserts to share with friends. Delightful celebration. Visit
called and was like showing him the elf, and I'm listening to this interaction and I'm like, Joe has no idea what's happening right now.
Well, I heard of him old enough for Elf on the
I
Shelf.
just taught Joe about Elf on the Shelf.
Jenna, I know you're obsessed with Christmas celebration. Visit your nearest Crumble today. Explore the delicious options on the Crumble app and experience dessert like never before. Jenna, I know you're obsessed with Christmas. Everyone talks about it. What do you guys got going on for the holidays?
Oh, Joe.
Do you do Elf on the Shelf yet? Is Rome old enough for Elf on the Shelf?
I just taught Joe about Elf on the Shelf.
You didn't know about Elf on the Shelf?
His best friend's son called and was like showing him the elf, and I'm listening to this interaction and I'm like, Joe has no idea what's happening right now.
Well, I heard of Elf on the Shelf. I just didn't know what the concept was. I mean, I knew what Elf on the Shelf was. It's an elf on a shelf. But
yeah, you got that far.
yeah.
No, I get it. We don't have kids. So.
No, I'm so excited because we just actually moved into a new house, and
Oh, congrats.
this will be our first Christmas doing our own thing in our own home and starting our own traditions. And yes, Joe, I do love Christmas. It was very big for me growing up. And so like the excitement that I get already planting those roots for my son and like what we're going to do is so exciting. Val didn't celebrate Christmas growing up. And so until he was like an adult in his 30s, he didn't really know like what the whole Christmas vibe was. And
Why?
Family.
Jewish.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jewish.
he's Jewish.
Yeah, and like in Ukraine, they just didn't release New Year's is like their Christmas.
Okay.
But since we got together and myself and my sister-in-law Peta with her husband, we now do like the full matching pajamas, and like to see my father-in-law, this like muscle Ukrainian man who looks like Bruce Willis, to see him in a full onesie matching with the rest, it's just like the best thing in the world. And now they're so invested in it. And every year it's like, okay, what are our pajamas this year? So I love that stuff. And it's really exciting. We need to get a tree this week. That's on our to-do list. So we're going to do that.
That's fun. How about you guys, Joey? Where are you guys going?
We are going to actually spend it with Kelsey's family and Mark's new girlfriend as well. So
I was going to say, is the new girlfriend coming?
New girlfriend will be there with her family, which is going to be great. Barbara's awesome. We've gotten a chance to go out to dinner with her and her family when Mark came to LA. So yeah, we spend Thanksgiving with my family. We're spending Christmas with hers, and we're excited for it. We're going to go see the Packers play in Minnesota too, and we're bringing Mark because he's a huge Vikings fan. So that'll be fun. Just going to enjoy time with the family and travel a little bit for the holidays.
Yeah, I think it was Kelsey that posted like a photo of you and Nick and was like just two Packers fans.
She's all of a sudden acting like she's a Vikings fan now. I still call her out on it. I'm like, just because your dad loves the Vikings, you can't just claim them all of a sudden now. She does that really just to get at me, which I don't appreciate sometimes. But now she like actually knows all about the team and is paying attention just because they're really good, and she knows it bothers me. So yeah, she's got that going for her.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Have you guys talked about wedding plans at all, or just you've been living a crazy life. So
we that is on our to-do list for the new year. We really want to figure out location, date. We have so many ideas of what we want to do. If we want to go destination, if we want to just make it somewhere on the East Coast, close to our families, we're not sure yet. But yeah, we're gonna figure that out first. And I think our goal has always been to set the date within the next like 6 months or so. And then once we have that, we can really start planning ahead.
nice. That's exciting. I feel like the big decisions at the beginning of like where, when, venue are like the hardest, biggest
That's the
ones.
hard
And then it
stuff.
kind of all
So
just
we-
falls into place from there.
Yeah, we said we had to figure out where we were living first. So we got that checked off, and now we have to
There you
figure out everything else. So we're excited for it. I think that's one of the coolest parts of this is we get to really plan ahead now.
What happened with your guys' living situation? Because last time we saw you in New York, you were like, we're moving here. And then you switched it up.
He spent 3 months
I
in
know.
80-degree weather, and he's like,
He's like, I'm not going to East Coast winters after this.
I was always really interested in LA. I think Kelsey wasn't. And that was the biggest reason why we were leaning more towards New York, because that was also a place that she really wanted to live. But then I just told her, I said, hey, well, we're going to be in LA for hopefully a decent amount of time if everything goes well with Dancing with the Stars. And this should be a great opportunity to feel out if this is a spot you want to live. And if you don't like it, I'm in for New York. Let's go. But after maybe about like a couple of weeks to a month of living here, she connected with a lot of people. As Joe said, she loved the weather. And I think we both felt we'd have a more active and fun lifestyle here maybe for us. So she told me, she's like, I'm open to it. I think we should try it for a year. I think there's a lot of opportunity here too. And as soon as she gave me any chance at LA, I said, I'm looking at places tomorrow. So we locked it down pretty quickly because I was really excited. So yeah, I think we're still going to spend a lot of time in New York. She's got so much stuff with work that brings her there. And I do love visiting New York. I'm more excited about living in LA though. And I think that I'm going to have to visit New York quite a bit, that she gave me the LA spot. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be there really a lot.
It's a lot harder to play tennis in 30-degree weather and snow.
It just doesn't work that way. So we're starting to make some tennis connects. I'm golfing tomorrow. Like I'm stoked. I'm very happy to be here.
any tour announcements? Can we talk anything about tour or
Yes.
no?
We're so excited because we are going on the tour for, I think it's like 3.5 weeks, all that we're doing.
Yep.
But it's super exciting because we're going to be in Philly for Joey's hometown show. That's gonna be
that's amazing.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, Joe, you did the tour. It's a lot of fun because that's when
Did it? I did the whole thing.
Yes, you did.
I can't believe you lived in an RV. You're bougie ass.
I know.
Sleeping on a bunk bed in a car.
Bunk
Wasn't I
bed.
know.
That's the thing is tour is so much fun because like if you have the chance to do it, you have to, but it's not a very glamorous life. Like you're sleeping in bunk beds 4 feet away from your neighbor. Like there's no privacy.
Some of the
but
showers at like, you know, some of the
venues.
like, venues or arenas, like some of the showers you're showering, like they're not.
Like communal.
Yeah, make sure you bring
like
flip
locker room
flops.
style.
Yeah, bring flip
Flip-flop.
flops. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
But-
excited for that though. Like when do you get the opportunity to do that? I'm the weirdo that was actually excited about the bus life. As much as I was told you're going to hate it after a couple of days, I'm excited
No,
for it.
you have to experience it, but also it's so fun because that's the only time you get to meet these fans or these people that just went to bat for you for 3.5 months. So that gets really exciting. I'm excited for you to experience that. But yeah, so we're actually rehearsing for that these next couple of weeks. And then we go out the end of January and then the end of February to March for a little bit. So
Yeah, we got 2
That's
stints.
kind of nice. You guys will both get like a chunk of a break
yeah.
and then you go away just for, a stint and then you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, our long stint is that February, March time, and we're doing Florida through Texas and a few other the Southeast states. So that'll be a lot. of
Joey's
fun.
like, just the warm states.
Smart.
I didn't pick the schedule, but when they sent it to me, I was like, "Ooh, this is a nice little spot that we're doing. We get to go to some of the warm areas." But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited for it.
Are you going to miss dancing?
I don't even know if I still know how to dance, to tell you the truth. Just taking
You
a
do.
walk right now. I'm
Welcome back.
so nervous to do rehearsal this week and actually be expected to still remember all this stuff.
And you have to host. Right?
I'm more excited for that. Get me on a mic and let me talk some BS for a little bit. I'm excited for that. But I'm nervous that I'm going to have to remember how to dance each day and do that again. But I really want to find a way to keep doing this. I still haven't talked to Jenna and Val, but I'm going to either make them keep coaching me and just pay them to do that, or they're going to have to connect me with a good coach because I'm going to miss doing this a lot.
I did the tour. They didn't trust me with the mic, so I co-hosted with Val because they're like, Val, you need to have a mic in case this guy.
You can't be left alone. Exactly what Jenna said. Someone has to be tethered to it all the time.
And then show number 3, Jenna came up and said, "Hey, they want to cut your dance. Are you okay?"
Did you only have one dance?
I only had one dance.
Okay.
They're like, "Are you?"
What was it, like a duet?
It was a duet. It's like they want to cut your dance, or they want to put Artem in there instead of you. Are you okay with that? I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So I did the tour, and I played.
How long were you on tour? 2 months?
2.5 months.
And you didn't dance.
And I didn't dance.
No, remember you did like some of the group numbers, to be fair.
I did.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so you did dance.
Numbers. And didn't you do like the guy's number, the cowboy number or something?
I did the cowboy number, but Alan and Gleb carried me out. So I didn't even have to do steps up to the front. They just carried me like this, and I went up to the front, and then I turned around and I shaked my ass and I walked off stage.
Oh man,
that's a good.
When you're lovable, you're lovable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
They played to your strengths.
It was great. Sharpen up your Madden skills because you get to play Madden on the bus. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good.
Joe's like, I went, I played Madden, I gambled. Yeah. I shook my ass, and that was the best time of my life. And then I left.
That was what an experience. Well, I know you guys are super busy, and congratulations again on winning. Jenna, it was lovely seeing you. Joey, always nice seeing you as well. And thank you guys so much for taking the time and coming on our podcast.
Thanks for having us,
guys.
Of course. And to our listeners, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll have exclusive interviews and different podcasts for you every week.
Yeah, we will have different podcasts every week. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening to Bachelor Happy Hour. Bye.